before 2024 elections and ordin in sasha nkrata say EMP engineers and planners no eye da man mining site no womun kono omko yede omko tu fem agudi ewo ho all of a sudden mafia bam in a year time no masanga da mu hu say and engineers and planners no wa capture eye mining eyi wo man mu e ba ni da be no capture e
ne akoso awa Ghana no anu anyai cheze e dey na obi asun
eno ana NPP aban tie NPP aban aye wo madwen se abusua mamu akoba ebiem emra jumadi esu asanso financia ensama ekoso e oman Ghana mu yede ni nyina ebre ayfo eno achi no abusua panikavu so adum aye krado a oba be biebie nsem nim na edimu nkomo President His Excellency John Dramani Mahama after set or starting ressetting Ghana tono abusua enkomo bebre ene frache bakwekwan yebe boro na edin komo eno dan chan a NPP amaneko no starting komo bia wo mu di eno chi no Ghana for tuja de emane wo mu ebi mu sese wo mu NPP for adwen kwekwan yebe kon so na fe edin komo de afi ho na information a efi ho ba Ibrahim Mahama it seems a minority no any NPP omo beso omo ya no omo attack Ibrahim Mahama said abaya na djuma ebeko from enanam so ama information bi elikina obetwa ense a damai mais ya dia mai Ibrahim Mahama said on so na onya djuma but minority for no din komo minority for no sabotage Ibrahim Mahama abusuan koni kutie komo we mra ekoba ensem wa chepa
mini micro 88 no wo de munto mo buase wo be senga confirm more eta se Ghana for yangani ati papa
good na enra so minority ne sesan ya engineers and planners
na
still o mani di achiro
kwabena
yeah
Samuel Abujinapo was the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources before 2024 elections. And between 2023 and 2024, the same minister and ordinary Sasha Nkrata say EMP engineers and planners no eye da man mining site no womun kono omko yede omko tu fem agudi ewo ho enti wonga no mudi 2 minu ehye nsem all of a sudden mafia bam in a year time no masanga da mu hu say and engineers and planners no wa capture eye mining eyi wo man mu e ba ni da be no capture da be na baba Ibrahim o capture sani amani nyina muna mudi sa 2 minu ehye nsem eti mu amuma ni sa akwenya no efedi ni nua be yam ampanyin musi wa capture o capture ni dabe
omo ye press conference no man consult omo former minister na and when it comes to issues even with respect to lands and resources say Abujina upon here immediate past minister and to onu momu na bia nka what the relevant documents and information on also lead that press conference
and on sansu of parliament eti mu ha ne den
enti adenti no mu yi show bi foforo ano so onu na emeka
you see
okay abusua kwakwe mamu akroba mejoso am and ensam no doso baransa na no enkomo ai empanifo ya di damisa ai dama mining no yere Ibrahim Mahama sa abra na NPP eti akonwa so but then wo makwakoye press conference ase Jomama at the Ghana ye mining ni nyina pese wo de Ibrahim Mahama sa quick one ye monwuram medase pa ma mencha yarefo nyina ade ba ko a NPP for now wo munye wo madwen se o mbesua hu nyansa no ma realize no ma hu se enen trotwa den pa ubetimi atwanto de akere wo mo munye wo madwen se wo mo de wo mbesua de na abagimi bre politics na na wo mutim no those microphone de ene sa wo mo nsem wo mo kan wo mato dada akwa bia wo ka ma wo de ye ka upo wo de ye ka sa nipa we no wo ka se Jomama baaye no wato alu prefer ene on na busuafo a wafa enu anu onim o ka se Jomama ede ekroma gold na hye ne nuansa enu no onim ono wonya research bia what is research about odeyeka ensema NPP for no ekan ye se ai Jomama ade mine ni nyina so de 2 mini nyina koma Ibrahim Mahama no sa papa na wo kasa no obadi adi wadi adi ne so obadi adi Mami ono so mami panyimu a wanya hwe na wo buru finsi ade wotwe a ono so Mahama efri se wo mo agimi omo ye nkwasiafo no sa mami weyi ede ye ne wono no wokoka ache na obetie biem but youth na urban enu nti na survey ne ba ye no no na enyem nwa say youth na dosu wo memu no and dodo na wa NDC omo mako school asuade no dodo na wa NDC because those are the people omo to me fafun omo to me fa krata omo to me ya research no omo rem business so and some NPP can no no kre and some NDC can no kre na sanya no kre so after said this group no omo se wu twatro no na ma political party no hwan yi ma men ka de kakra wa hanom na me emfa enchel was a document from March 2024 shows that the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources issued a no objection notice paving the way for Ibrahim Mahama's company, engineer and planners, ENP, to negotiate the acquisition of the Damai gold mine. Key date, the letter dated March 12, 2024, was signed by Professor Patrick K. Agbesinri on behalf of Lands and Natural Resources Minister. Transition. Enter negotiation for acquisition of the Damai gold mine from Abosu Goldfields Limited, a subsidiary Goldfields, following the decision not to renew Goldfields lease, which expired April 2025. They are working in Adia Kwakusi. Na a Goldfields, one more and a no mudi juma or Damai ho. Woman grata sama aban na ye de ama wo mo no Ghana aban men kan NPP aban no ebewu ewo afie womi April bosom which is next month here and no an NPP aban tie NPP aban aye wo madwen se enya de wo na wo mbeko negotiation anase wo betena se no mo di nkita ho bi ma wo contract no wo ma sa renew wo ana go face so won to aso bi mu ana ema wo mo nkita ho die ne etuo twae eno ntine wo sa adwuma ko fofura obetimi ya ye adwuma no no wono so ba no beba gani eni se wukom obeka cho se aye to way back 2023 ana Ibrahim Mahama shase sen oye negotiation sen ye beya ne nsabeka Damai gold aye mines no akoye adwuma ho 2023 na your papa na ma me na aye president of Ghana na ye so papa na ma me na president me na mi bi so aditi Ghana for the broni bi si ha ti ese Ghana ni ubisa no question no the question dey you ano o si airport one obisa say na ye say ye bisa mo question na mo the question dey you ano so wan na bisa wo wie ni survey no na oda na ni koye mi bi so asamo so wo dey asem bisa na e bisa me si 2023 your ma me na papa na ye president of Ghana ano na ye Kufuado 2023 na Ibrahim Mahama engineers and planners say aye negotiation ye 2024 March 12 and amotena se Emma Professor Miboni din osan on behalf of Lands and Natural Resources aye NPP wona ama na kwanya and omo san so eneno saniema we na ekoso no obi a wako school obi onim fie nyansa obi onim nwoma na wama no kwan wako free SHS bie no ote we no se no me ma me phone e kura me nye useless me ma me suka akra dem ko school nye useless so let me find out na me go say de edom kuma ne ka no eye no kura na sanye no kura such persons are doing dentima who is MPP amanyuko no be na ko no. Now my problem is enti MPP for no kwa sa press conference no woman Misa former lands minister nana former lands minister no ka press conference no wana no nka ho unim omo betimi abebas eyenema mienu ebetimi abase wo mu bisa no ebetimi abase wo mu amisa no ebetimi abase wo mu bisa na propaganda no mo pe ba bi de agina no mo nim sese no de ebetimi amagana for anasa wo mo ye vulnerable Ghanaians na om de anything no mato no ma je no de agu om ye mu no ebetimi anya because say om de koko ye dede enti yemfa we nkoka ho no ane yense da ne nkoka ne saa sese enso o ma ye expose no se no so be ha o mo eno na kire se dwene ansa no akasa da bia yaka wodwene ansa na sembia paso ka bia no aka sa wadwene na aka asam de to wi a afi na echi na bonsa sa wadi nkwasi asam me hu ni se o even 2028 nduru na even Jomama ban no anheda nkoye kura no a Ghana for emfa NPP ema tie tie ni another question trentro no yados na sentro na be expose ngaga akrenti do ma campaign be na be ene moyi flag bearer dada ofiri so mto abayi ba umya so wakaza o se wakoka ayi ahoka hene onanya ne se wakoka hene nanya na mera kasa baji so ngoka ba bia omso ngoka ba bia so akoka ba di ngoka ba bia wonti wotem ba bia o se wonne ne yire wo mo je wo mahome ngoka ba bia mpacho miracle so ngoka ba bia what is papa ya kasa
since when I said Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia all ka bibi dia fa nation no apart from bese wo mu kra wa ben mu bese 2 years ansa no be fra ben kra na Bawumia nkasa Bawumia be kasa ontumi nkasa mfa economy ho Bawumia mpa ya yi no flag bearer se edi boso me sanye general 31st do mu yi no anya boso me mienu ne yawura mu yi Bawumia ntimi ota a word emfa ma abonten na de no ba beka bisa ho question biem se Ibrahim Mahama mpono sanye wono ana da mine no NPP for na de man no a why na company be ne wo kroman mom so betimi aboni din a osefata obetimi aye adwuma no
akunta mine
di brata so me yeni nkomo na jane
yeni nkomo se na da chama untumi so no so e mine ni
anya nua ka ne de ye sa mine na ayi ye friends ye engineer and planner say koye no anya nua ka o asema me kan utie wo ba Africa na West Africa ha ono ne ye number 1 Africa ha wuntimi mmọ so anya 1 na wuntimi mmọ 5 a umoni din ewiase nyina wo ye recognize ti asem na me ka kire wo no eti e bemfidie ane wo mo nimdie nyansate ne ye a de ye de ye adwuma wo wiase ye mine na wuntimi nka nye engineers and planners mfam firimu anya agro no wo mu die wo mu tutu forest mu ene wo mu nsansuo eti me yeni nkomo na ja din na abobobo no eti me de NPP for me just one company a NPP ni anaso wo Ghana hanoma adwuma engineer and planner say ye no betimi ayede a che no na okọ bagani bie na wo mo NPP for na mfa ama no mo de ma Ibrahim Mahama the brighter I am telling you so for 2023 Ibrahim Mahama sha say ye negotiation no 2024 12 March wo mo sign sa contract ndem ma no so free say ono kura ya sama bugina po na se John bugina po omoya na o ma mix me o na me afra me hu de o ya ndc ni no the brighter ofri se no wo NPP ni bia ana se dina wo boy me I don't want to mention it so wo sa niam na kade a wo betimi dia kwaya sa mine na ofri se nkom de be Ibrahim Mahama na nka 12 March no 2024 nkom ma ne sa contract no na dan kwa kufuado na omo wo campaign anya hwete se de obodi ankon de enim se anya hwe MPP ni na nkom de akoma Ibrahim Mahama omo ni bisa wo honomo Ibrahim Mahama na wona kade no be after abai by the writer one say waka cheye even akwanya wodro mo ye big push ni nyina o se Ghanaian contractors ye e na ode be mo maye obi against Saudi adwuma ma wunua anade mo obusuani o but nipa no qualify na sefata na ho na ya na question ni wo so Ibrahim Mahama sefata se wo so tumi yo na aban na trase ya MPP aban mo contract na beboa apoman na what is the problem here fe de mo beda nam de go NDC for so
quick one yenkona enkotie we MPP for no mo gusua tinkomo omso oman ni nkoyie yentie we mraketuam ne ekoba information bi wachi
na minimala de Ghana for the tuatua wona so na kata wonani na wo ma wuru NDC 2009 to 2016 before they handed over power to His Excellency the former President of the Republic Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo in January 7th or on January 7th 2017 na yasa kofa wo mu aba bio na enne ne akoso awa Ghana no anu anyai cheze day na obiasu. Yesterday I was saying on Togana, say I have a friend who is a banker na enra me ni di nkomo no na bo awiabe no mienu. She was telling me so from Monday to enra awiabe 2 p.m. no ono as a teller ne kanta oshemu no enipa nine pe en wa serve wo mu say omu awoki to the bank say this guy beto ho na which is what to ade wa ye adwuma enye sekodi bi beto ho enipa nine pe 4 wo mu kwa wo mu tete bank ho no mu saa na o ma sori na o ma sesa o niema akogu wo mu vote mu na o ma tutum no mu sai ekofie ana mauno flyer yese KJB traders wo mu esu se aban yi dollar abafom inflation so abafom ejinja se niema buo ene osuma manfo som nkofo sika yetua ewosa osumnum prices of goods and services abafom nanke nipo tuguso nesi kaba nkofo betom ba no mo hu ne saa wo mo kodwo mo a wo tete wo mo saa na ade asa no mo sese mo kuku no mo nkaka no mo sai ekofie o de no to nkyɛn a adwumayɛfo apaafo abayɛpaafo a ɛwɔ ɔman mu abiri omuridia ni asom ade akomapa ahofama asom a ɛwɔsɛ busumi bia abayitua wanka na wonso anya bidi abo akoma ɛwɔ fie sɛ bɛma na wanya bidi ahwɛ nkwala atua on school fees nkwala yare a wanya bidi atodro ɛde ama wɔ mu wɔn fam de ɔmo so mo yɛ sɛ ɔman na somfo no ɔmayɛ aban dia wɔsɛ wɔyɛ sɛ wɔtua wanka no ɛno nso ayɛbo akyibidin ebinom asom abosumi du ebinom abosumi du mienu ebinom abosumi du nine nurses midwives junior doctors teachers tewu afe colleges of education tutors omo honum wɔn nyinaa yɛ adwuma condition of service ɛnso sɛ yɛ a ɛwɔ sɛ aban anaasɛ ɔman no ɛyɛ na ɔmo hare wɔ mu na ɔmo nso tumi yɛ adwuma som ɔman no aban fam dia wo so mo ye no aban we baaye abosumi dunum nie o ma bona emfa enhyehyɛ dada so ɛwɔ no mu a ɛno mo makatua no allowance wonsensam ɛwɔ sɛ aban hwɛ no yɛ ma wo mu no akatua no so no ɛnkɔ atete no ho mo nam no so mo pie te se mmɔten so sɛ ɔmo ba yɛ kyɛ mamanfo ate wɔnka ni aka masam dia mawo na ba atua wo ka de broni apotoka se picketing no eno nso so aban ede wo chance ma to mu se achechefo se munnim na mo ya adwuma afe na ba atua wo ka boso miensa pa no se mo ba abonte se mo be ka mo obi ate a moto mra edi aban ebetwema so chese Ibrahim Mahama esedu nketia atofo asenom abomrante ne maba wai awo mudo mo bo afore ma oman no ebuo masa abra o musu. This is the state of Ghana today.
Okay,
Mr. Bright.
NPP for ne say Ghana ye den obia esu ai bank for crash amanfo meyiska amanfo mfasika ma ho quick one yenguram
onim say fortunately enra and as unfortunately for oheneba enra me so me me dam for bank bi di nkomo onu so say na no aye busy sir because me chat na on reply me
how can it be possible any bank be no
entina me ka no me chat
na okura no na se ye ko bank kura na ebu am kodru bank ho na no ma sasam si da bi nipa ho dodo
me chat na ono ampa na reply na man timi bufui eti anwume me so me ni di nkono so no aye busy krofo na omu di sika ba no omu beyin ni omu di sika beto ne ade ti na no aye busy pa enti wo hene ba sam a wo kan eye bank beyin eni asem rata eye bank beyin ansa wanu amu akoto no anu amofun emu na onu still na wa ye de aka ne mu na nkasa nya papa sister ye nya abotra koto mo pa wanya abotra ye still papa anya microphone spices bi no de agumu enso wudi otim se nipa aduane ne anu ani eti wode ne de ni besi won ma ne asala tenten one hour kra obegina watwen komi se bedu so no wato bi but wudi ne se won de nipa ba akokra ni ho e se de Ghana nye memo mi di besi wakra na de asi wasa na obi anto no ada na ba kon de lie wo na wudi ndi obi anto eti wan ne ba wadamfo na de soko wadamfo na ne di nkomo wo se enipa miensa pe na the whole day asetala o receive wo mo ama no mo ye adwuma no ka kire ne se onya sa bank ne nkope bank o mo ye serious no mo ye adwuma na nipa te wo mo ase na o mo nwia nkrofo sika de brata
so obi ebre
ai court o se mintini me mbasa me bank bi adin but me mfa mi sika mfa ho biem wo ka preba na wo benya no ATM o bete na no me si bi ja ATM ma ye mobile money interoperability bi na abegum fon so uyi 10 cedis kro bete wo di obe but bank bi a metimi abon this Stanbic aduma wo mo ye no a wudu sika koto no mo a wo mo se nipa sika no de aba beto no me ye da mi sa Stanbic ho na me sika koto sa bank ho enti dem bia no Stanbic be ba akere so ba sa bank na mi modin no no o da bia o mu nya nipa
e se wo se Ghana ye den ye nyina ye bre
ya ten ade ama ye ne ayem pebere no di brighter se de niam si kɔ no
okay wo so atwema adwena si bi so so that time na NPP etia konwa so no te se wo kasa ohene ba mu se no mo mpɛbrɛ ti chama wontumi kɔba no ɔbɛ wa de amom but na chama wontumi metumi wa enwan ma mo
ɛnna no wontumi na wanka ɔse ye nia ba mu nti ye ni sika wanka ɛnje se no ohene ba kasa ne ho akyere no a ni news na yɛ ne sɛn ohene ba nia ba mu wontumi nia ba mu no abrade si gold ɛwɔ TV so wo ohene ba na anka sa anim wanya konya no akowura no mini forest ya se mu nkomu so se makomu wanya konya no abɛya kaka bensam ne awokrokosam ne animsam ne apempesam abra se bedwafo bɛba ne minister se bɛba bɛtena ne bɛn mo bɛyɛ o interview no wo mo kɔ mo yi atopon so se bam ɛna no fra wo mo bɛba no mo bɛtena ne no ayɛ interview no nya kapre eto ahene ba besu se sika ni hɔ no mo but wo mo a wo ma afɔ mo ani ato amanyɔfo so no mo yɛ o madwene se NPP o NDC o wa anya adwuma wo ni ti enu nti obɛbɔ modern no apre bibi no wadwo no no ene di brata omane mu oden se den kura na asa nipa no ye de ya ne nsa kɔ na no enti na meka kyerɛ hene ba se de ne aban ne security avenue de asie gyina ne naso sikaseme gyina ne naso akokase ekoso wo wiase nyina settled yentimi nkɔtɔ petro akɔtɔ ba akɔte se de ne yɛtɔ no hene ba ene na adan kwakufu ado ene ne wuntumi wɔn mo pɛnso no di brata ama business for guso a wɔn mo yɛ adwuma driver for guso a wɔn yɛ adwuma enti me kanam de akyerɛ hene ba se hene ba wo bowa asam na wo kan nokura bia ne ho ewo muo ɛyɛ atro ɛna wo twa
ase ai for teachers yɛ ntua mo ka
teacher ni bɛ no aka twɛ sɛ bosono so yɛ ntua ne ka wo obi me ba to wo bi teacher ni a wo hwɛ me a bosono aso atwam na katua maya onka mienti teacher ni bɛ na bɛka sɛ bosono ya so na katua maya nurse ni bɛ na bɛka sɛ bosono ya so na katua maya di brata enya no kware ababia no an bibia betimi aye ne pepepe se de bia meka no eti ebia research allowance bi ane saa ne ma no no se emaya nurse fo ane ye ka be se 12 months ye ntua wo mo ka no aba ne ba ye wanya many months na no wo mu su se 12 months ye ntua wo mo ka saa nurse fo ne fa wo mu yi abai I'm not saying say eye abane ba ye nche into those people mu ntua wo ka e wo so otua wo mo ka se obaye adwuma na boso beso no akatua ma ye eya but mu ko blemu na de subo nyina ko bo NDC a enna ya ne ha adwenye se ade na wo ye nsa ende na ko sa ye bo apayo wo tamfo tan wa wo se wasa no achia ne pa o ka sa no amon hwene se tonton enu bi na apesa wo ye enti de nipa be ye biara anya ofedi bata de bia meka me se ba bia ekoyie no aya amoma ye nka na sadie tina senkoyi a na wo sa nipa ko na wo sa ba beka ne yehu ne yakunkwan ye befa so
nkyire no sangase ki ato hene ba ko metena on kase
asam na wiye no
eho na doma amadu ehwe oyi
asam na wiye no because misleading misinformation fake news ohene ba ye adimu akotene ana atwam wada so tene to so anya akonya kasa egusu sa de fake news no ne yade ne nammu because ensama wo kan yi no kure be ne wo mu ebi ne adodo mprede a akokan se posifo ko fa ne se pe se bra na be boy na be che wo mo Sunday sa death message no e tonton so mbeku no fa bra bo se nkwasiafo bi be sori ai e de tata wo mo e na we chanting but a home ra se bedwani de wi na me si papa na sam na me bu na no respect no me mpo na me ka wo mo ye campaign se da bia papa we as running mate and as a flag bearer mpo but immediately me tin koko kasa na musa papa na wo mo be respect wo mo nyina wo be kasa wi na wo say de men mu hu abo acha senso be de me kra nyina de ma no o kasa ya na musa ma enfom so no don prenso ko kasa ya adem ra che bedwani ye fro se sia se be yiwa no mo se nkurase for no be sorry and a rich chanting but wo se ya sending a death message ya threaten see be ku no e serious over threaten ra che bedwani ebi no mo yi ohene ba da so te ho ye koso nyina omo te ho eti ohene ba do omo pe bia wo omo nka fantira ban no
quick one. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has started resetting Ghana tour na ochiri Ghana nyina ti obi asufre project awahye no wakwa kohwe ni nyina na serebe ya 2028 nru no na oman na fa ne ntoma pafra lawyer Edudi Tamakru adi nkomo ade afa ho wa biebie nsem quick one enya botrenko na entieni nsem no.
His Excellency John Kwame Dramani Mahama Reverend oko accountability tour was share efe Bruno region the eba na ehun komo te say
yo bra come be from because of no mama use we when we say Sebio yenuano Muslimi for the past 30 days there almost consistent with the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, may peace be unto him. And now Chidiam Ponyankopon abomo to the 30th day a year and within this period the Adioma Bompaye Abompaye a day of my Ghana a day I share Ponyankopon and sa. Say Obekoso Abua and Penifua a war Mamuha and Penifua Bemu Omampini President Mahama the Vice Professor Jenano Fukwajiman. And in Penifo Ghana for a deal mind, dear Shawmansa. Any opposition for so because Sebio Ghana, your democracy, a beko minima, the a vibrant, responsible opposition, and so. Marka where you know, Brakwame, I saw for a woman muha, Sebio in Ayakodano, Omonso, Echa com. Bon paye de o mai dia share Ojedian Ponyanko Ponsa. Nti ebekoso e dia seba ni kabia e dia momu ni Ojedian Ponyanko Pon wa hwe o mai ya bedu sampepe sui. Make away na the asida ke se be ma oso popeni ozuben panom Prophet Kumcha Chanon ene ejuma omoye quietly edema o mai Asopon Penifo Duncan William Church of Pentecost. In Penifo Mamuha Omodianis on my bomb high Nanyankopon I share all mine so. I always say one of the things that we should never take for granted any the facts that your neighboring or your neighbors which we were never say it's not better to me across no. But Ghana, I think we Nianya for the past 30-something years. Sebi ya want you. Onyanko po nato. Nti bra kwame, me ka we nyina no. Na ye me ka so me nyina so e dia da asofo o ma mu ha ene de omoye no. And that will be a very important question. Sebi Omampeni John Dramani Mahama. They are dear Ghana for a call about a true about Emma no. Amane Obia Efreno John Ababio Kwame Dramani Mahama. Sadie Yanko for Edifreno Ababio no. Eyadepa. Ababio na Wababio no. Na akoye se owo botaye bi na botaye na ewo no hono one thing na waka and say you oman bia be ko nenimu a one of the things I did bia we leader say enye wakuma so ade pa eye de efe no infrastructure impuntu you I didn't say ya it me echo visa na play mu ekwa manone and then say consistently over many years no omudisika ashe impuntu dumra say hospital say akwan say school adan no my brother me oko krobin mu kwa so a say railway line which means now rail mu 2 hours distance, long distance, so 2 hours no way do. Bullet train, any kekahu. Right, I mean, anyone. Oh man, yeah, this 69 years. 69 years. Technically, I call retirement. And yes, sir.
Yako.
Say 60 in a retirement age. Yako retirement too as a country. Next year, near this 70 years. Brakwame, Baby, a railway line no AC and one AC.
I council South Far Railway Line, see, my main radio in 1964.
Okay.
Omu Buakonta railway and for ye tete ye need to my for BBF film ye nya 1.7 million pounds as at that time. It in a year and be a bay. At the end in the end to me because me kaisa mampeni another than Kwakufuado a pension. Wa ma ye wa jogati kura somu rehabilitate railway lines na afa che ye nkwa lines ni na ye ya koton wadia se bibi enkoso
jogati baby a obia me se onyankopon enhira ene awon edemano o baby a obia ono na no ye me company law lecturer.
Okay.
Emra no ye me company law lecturer no. He took me as my junior brother or son. So I had a very, very good relationship with him. Na sebe meet me jina bibia enka no hun semboneda. He was a very good man to me. Na baby o bi ande bia no bra kwame me se otwedi amponyankopon enhira edemano ene na busia ko nyina. Na bra kwame maka we are no railway line she baby a ye do ye when we say it mean a significant improvement. Bra kwame 69 years into nationhood abofra ya wono go techman ohu railway line da abofra ya wono osunyane ohu railway line da abofra ya wono watamale ohu railway line da abofra ya wono waboga railway line ohu bida na vrongo chana paga ohu bida 69 years into nationhood. Bakwame your crime be ewo yenim your crime and when you say from all indications Bakwame teniyo when you say it me ye rail infrastructure proper Bakwame when you say sika ye spending ewo yakwan eyehu when you say beba form papa because you see and your money you have to use rail to transport it. You have to use rail to transport it.
And
including even
timber,
petroleum product.
Manganese, rail, even kosuyakura ye kosuyakura na rail.
Kwame.
Anopana wa train station no akobo nkofo fasa.
Kwame, railway. Look, and I'll tell you something. President Mahama, Oba first time. There was one thing I one day, okay, I say, look, if I'm able to connect and create a multimodal transport system, multimodal in the sense that you see road, rail, and water, and you might be brave. Until at that time, okay, Oma Onunyan force tekwe Eko India. Ina oni Indian Exim Bank. Ekudim komwa na India for epne so say. Omema ye some $300 and something million. Near the year tema Empakadan railway line. Okay.
Mekaipa.
Mekai say President Akufo-Addo so buy ye. No, yes, so or there's some additional kilometers at the back home. Into almost some additional funds at the count. We know can say and so railway no ya it's even at Meme sector no way. It is easy as see a bit near movie petroleum products on the railway line from Temaport. Straight Teniyo straight to Impakadan. Now badges ewo honum Impakadan honum na afadi afa volta no so e dia kopie bope If you do Bupea, pipelines now, no, it's Nifa, every Bupea they call Bolga Depot, no. Yes, Sahelian neighbors, Burkina, Mali, and Kikahu, and so every me applique on my product if you honor. That industry alone can generate for this country over $700 million. Said you, Ray, very, very critical. And I know the President Mahama, in fact, the last time he was in Naikushia, na Ghana Railway Development Authority for Ebaye. President Mahama, the pressure at the tomb, so said they should come out with a model, a bit Nyaboa. Look, Oko Kenya, from Nairobi to Mombasa, are you connected by railway? And you know, say the distance is more than from here to Kumasi. We have a lot to do in this country. And it's not sometimes, the petty politicking. There are real issues, like as a nation. Say, look, your president, Obama, regardless, NDC or NPP, before you leave, no, one of the assessments will be, say, how many railway lines have you added?
Mm-hmm.
But what am I saying?
Me too, pa, me too.
Say 8 years, you've added 8 kilometers of railway line. Another person in Saba, wabe 8 years, 8 kilometers. Another person about 8 years, 8 kilometers. So you say NDC 8. NPP 8. NDC 8. NPP 8. NDC Asaba. So that we can begin to count the number of railway infrastructure based on the number of years that Ube ruling. I'm sure that this country will make significant progress. Kwame, railway infrastructure will be a game changer. Can you imagine, say, Kwame, you know, say in 2 hours you can move from from here to Kumasi by railway line.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't need any road transport again, Anna.
At all.
We a lawyer in our court case. Would we say, oh, me sorry, I'm up past 6 a.m. By 8, we do the capital Accra. I can easily go and move my motion at 9 a.m. at the court complex. Me Masakotna me railway line ray. Me train, me call back to Kumasi. Wouldn't we say Kumasi to Tamale, Ray, within 2 hours, Ubedu. Can you imagine the number of lives you will save through your road accident?
Sure.
So, Sebio, I know that that's not the reason why, but I just felt that we should be intentional about some conversation, particularly about rail infrastructure. We are not doing badly with aviation. We are not doing badly with roads. But I strongly believe that with a great focus on rail infrastructure, we can make a lot of difference for our people. But Kwame, significantly, President Ibrahim Mahama this week and the week coming up, Obeto major infrastructure projects that are ongoing in the country as a way of accounting to the people. Remember, the Constitution 1992, one of its cardinal principles is probity and accountability. And so, Sebio Yebeye said William Mampenia, Abrebiano, and so on come back to the people. No, I told you so. Opportunity, I'm what the amount of members some more. Sebi, way and my, way and my, way and my, way na me, way na make me aye. And then they say, Ibrahim Mahama ede adia ye friend a big push, major infrastructure initiative in Ediaba. Enra Osheya Okodoma. ofi doma nti no okọ doma hinkro ofi ho obesenko jinijini ene sampa 80 kilometers of road she en so 80 kilometers odiama contractor ye kesei contractor no okwan so anajo ewia a oye juma no gidi. Now the two communities are connected, Sampa and Ejinejine. These are very traditional towns. Brekum West, Edekwa Kupie, Sampa. Inti eyadia eye major thing Emma Omanteni. Sunyane town inner roads no. Sabi. Obienin what Sunyane means as far as this country is concerned. Akwanya ewo kurum sabi they are not the best. Omampeni John Dramani Mahama the why and say Obema contractor me no say contractor no ewo sunyani kura ezia anopa anajo oye juba then to improve the road infrastructure ewo sunyani abontin so. And so that's a major one. Rakwame, another one, Asante Mine, Kumasi. Bra, said you, we're using a Kwanya Efa from Nchiaeso.
Nchiaeso.
Runabout, you know. Ediko Pie, Dakujum.
Dakujum, Eba Santase runabout.
Ediko Pie, Santase runabout. So it was our kind. What we say, Ufi, and she has a runabout one of my old cut down Kakrano.
I'm Memuano.
I'm Memuano. Rafami, some Memuano. When you start traffic there, it is your honor.
Papa, and a kum nipa, not canino, not a phone, timber trucks, no. Or would do a name, money, a kum soup, I be crowd. And
one we say the West crying is your almost a crowd lamp. Oma professor Indian Kesenkesi no.
Timber trucks no.
We now could show more Sakano, so now what the other side are we best show so be few no. Because Usro says Sebi. She now on the assistant and be back a pay asamaba. Because there's no escape. We know Kese. President John Dramani Mahama, the Amar contract. Omucha a second lane. From that end. And you know, what me will share? Look, a idea of my penny President John Dramani Mahama, Eddie Newman, and said the Eddie Ato, Nakuma Susobe. Look, Rafame, me, Sabio, me obia, me pay road, a quantity pa. Would do Borga. Now, see Borga, Eku, Navrongo.
Every Borga Kona Vrongo 20 miles.
Exactly. Now, Udu Navrongo a year no. Ut me faho ekopie Tiana. Now, Udu Tiana, Krobi or why a friend of Katu, Udu Honuma, and Ukwa kopie to me. If you are joining upper east, any upper way through the Sisala belt. Bravo, that final a very short. And yes, sir, I just said over back into Tamale. But
Tamale, no, not just over 100 miles. I said, now, okay, you.
Me, sir, I just said over back to Tamale. No other side, yappy. No up Kusogu, no other far bupe. Up to Pierre Dam or go Fufu so solar, not the Rawa. And swap for that show, enclave. Family. President Mahama, me no cases is here, or the contract Ediama. Sir, eventually, obey now connect the upper east to the upper west using the Sisala belt. It won't sound for Fawa and Mahopi. Me no eke say, Ofa ho Edibepie Adakulu. There's a short part wobɛtumi ayusi ho adaklu abɛdakpa na ɔde abɛpie dogye kwan no ɛnyɛ kura yɛkasa sisi a contractor wɔ kwan no so a ɔyɛ adwuma anadwo ɛgyia. If you connect that road kwan no nyinaa ba bɛyɛ plus or minus 1 hour no wedu ɛnɛ agye sɛ wobɛfa ɛbɛpie from ho adaklu adido mɛsoga kɔfɛ ansa wabɛwura mu a ɛyɛ dɛn ɛde akɔ o connect saa short course na it will make life easier for our people. Kwame, when say a major one, President Mahama Akumaso, is the expressway to connect Accra to Kumasi. I've always maintained that it's going to be a game changer. Say, we can connect these two major cities in the country. It will transform this country in many ways. And no any nyoma either President Mahama Kumaso, Okaya, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, at the initiative by IFN Agenda 111. As well intentioned as it may be, when me and we answer Oye then if you honor. President Mahama says, governance is continuum. The 1992 Constitution, the Directive Principles of State Policy, to continue projects the predecessor, consistent with that constitutional imperative, Omanpeni President Mahama, provided budgetary support. 10 of the Agenda 111 projects. Recently, a branch will be the 27-29 years. For whom your here, there's no bed. Young engineer, prospect huge, hit and run. A farmer, you do also to her no bed. You do her no bed, including Almighty Kolebu. No bed. Now, may I do near this 10 additional Agenda 111 projects here will go a long way to reduce the no bed syndrome. It's overall, Rakwame, Omanpeni President John Dramani Mahama, or the Akumaso, this major infrastructure project, no. Obekoso ayewejuma saa timemufuo or how any mani ya no mukomu esobeden ebafo. It is our initiative when Omanpeni ayeso dadi ontna Jubilee House obetu anamon go back to the people and to account to them. In 1 year, dear all year, it's a one montuna or Mampeni Ateki, Brakwame.
Now, Mammy Ray, Yakan we minority so nam. One so many cocoa na Quanya bedi cocoa for and I'm sworn, and also in Chay Kura. With this Bahano, what do you make of it?
Which one?
Sakoko. And that's why it is one minority in particular. No, so we say, "Omunam cocoa farms in each much say a buy no so change you in terms of price and essence." The man, Minister, what follow?
Now, me share video beer. Many are not done pray. Na owo cocoa farm. And some are all cano. Sebio anya dia metimi a repeat a war videos. I know say yeah politics. But I strongly believe say you bet me politics are sebi decency a bit mad a womb. Make some news article be. Winning the great Saladin, the great Muslim warrior, IFN Saladin, or march the Muslim army towards Jerusalem, to capture Jerusalem. Now, Odu Hono, now the head of the Crusaders, I know Jerusalem. So we know Yari, I think it was tuberculosis or so. Saladin Echenye, Emma Nihiliye, more or less, and Omotua Omontokwa. So even in extreme adversaries, their lines you don't cross. Their lines of decency, their lines of respect. You don't do this. Saladin, he has no obligation to do this. No. But you see, decency is an innate thing. What are the issues? What really is the cocoa issue? Ghana, Nyankopon, Obo ni wiaseno. Oma Ghana, asasia, sebi, udua koko ewo so a, eson pa. Eson emaniyeye. Bra kwame, koko in yedi establish a University of Ghana. Koko, and it's now University of Ghana, ewo a particular hall called the Kriafo Hall is to honor cocoa farmers. Because the seed money for the establishment, such a time, there was a huge conversation where the university should be set up, whether in Fura Bay or whatever. So there was a strong push. The likes of J.B. Dankwa and co. said no, there was a need for a university here in the Gold Coast, which ultimately resulted in what we have now in the 1940s. Cocoa provided the seed money for the university and the English. You see, Sebi. Omanpeni President Kufuor, say obe constructed Bui Dam. Unim the man is Ashikano. Cocoa. You use cocoa receivables in the escrow, for the purposes of constructing the Bui Dam. What cocoa has done to this country, we cannot put value to it. Jobs, the growth of the economy, the stability of the city, among others. Now, Black Kwame, you can win you now. Who do you say? Menewo do not decide the price of cocoa. In fact, the big crack can say, Oko Switzerland in there, only one cocoa tree. But they have more to say about cocoa price than Yana Ibia cocoa. Until sorry, one day, cocoa by 2023, 2024, the price no cost $11,000 for a metric ton. And I want to say metric ton via 16 bags of cocoa. Na yema ye cocoa farmers. Very good price. Sorry, anopa yabeshia. Cocoa price are echo pay $10,000 no. Black women now folia by almost 4,300, 4,500. when we say cocoa season beyond so no, the year nation is before the year no or the cocoa season no. Cocoa board the FN of forecasting. Say I feel maybe I mean 800,000 metric ton, 600,000 metric ton. That particular cocoa year no, I buy a year so obey a little above 600,000 metric ton. Rakwame. Beno say. At the time of President Mahama, but you after the cabinet, emergency cabinet meeting, Minister Force and announced the new cocoa price. No, Kwame, would me say near 80 to 92% of the purchase. Our cocoa farmers have been paid that original price, which was higher. Now, 50,000 metric ton. 50,000 metric ton. Asem in the NPP for a ne. So, and in the Bema Omaba back to power. And in the Bema Ghana for every fee, the Omabe Ghana. And in the Bema Ghana for every fee, the state of the economy. And yes, idea. Yenti NC cocoa farms. Na sebi nienko ho na yenko fa enada enfama yenuanom kwaefo. I've said this. Say cocoa politics here NPP for Ediabano. That is why we spell their doom in 2028. I am so excited with the fact that they have taken this initiative to go to the cocoa farms with misinformation and what have you. Time will tell. President John Dramani Mahama is very focused. I've asked consistently, Ministerial NPP for say, okay, President Mahama say, and more than 70% of the FOB price or the map back to cocoa farmers. Now, Kwame, what is your record? Or record anything? Sebi owa ene sebi manot da simnas. O che cocoa farmer say one na wo do cocoa farmer na si obia. Ene sebi manot da simnas so one na wo che timamufo say wo nyansa si obia cocoa ananse. What was your record? And maybe by ya, but I'm telling you, cocoa bag echo 10,000. No. Nanka, as I say, one more cocoa farmer share crown, what is 70% of the FOB. Into $10,000 times 16, about $635 per bag. Even at an exchange rate of 14 Ghana cedis to $1, or even 15, cocoa farmer one yakra 9,000 Ghana cedis. But I mean, when the year almost.
Heavy.
You're almost 3,000. You're almost 3,000 or more. Suddenly, what would be my cocoa farmer? 30 to 40%, you know. And they will claim superior knowledge and intelligence. I don't understand. Now, maybe a young one, and then say, you. You beside NPP for say, into price now, international markets or Mampeni Mahama, only who control, only who share, no. Nanka ya mwa mube den omuso nanka ye de ba ko bobosia e de amako ko farmers. Kwame. Kwame, can you imagine this? President Mahama enko bobosia enfambre cocoa farmers. Kwame, uko bobosia na odi abre cocoa farmers. Wa bobosia na odi ama cocoa farmer na wie pe poultry farmers. Aba, umso mampeni. There's grass and eggs. Ama price are near penno. Aba form. Inti President Mahama kobo bosi anafa breyen. Asamaba. Maize farmers. Look, somewhere in 2023-2024, now a bag of maize was more than 800 Ghana cedis. Ewo Mahano. 800, 850 Ghana cedis per bag. Kwame, and then we know can say, which means a bag of maize, 380, 400. So the maize farmers are not happy. So it means President Mahama has to go and borrow to come and provide the difference to maize farmers. Rice farmers from Sablugu and all those areas, what they call from Yagaba, Upie Kubori, Edikupie Fumbisi, area Mohonoma. Rice farmers are Mohunina. And so, say, rice, a bag of rice, and then a bowl abba form. Inti, if I say President Mahama, Kwako Bobotia, Edia Promo. Kwame, Sebi. Can we govern this country with this?
No.
Can we go on borrowing to give to our farmers simply because price of products are performed globally? Can we continue that?
No.
Kwame, would it be a prudent use of taxpayers' money? What borrow sikana or their mono in Chimba in the Bible day, the Bible Tia Sakano. Is it a good legacy to leave for future generations?
No.
Kwame, so what kind of politics are we doing? Kwame, no long ago, ye bobosia ma ye do bebia wouldn't be ye declare ye to me entia. And ye yentia at some point there or ye yentia. Okay.
Yeah, champo ye yentia.
Where there not a yen to me entia because we had become bankrupt. Or my Munankasa declared bankruptcy. Into your coffee be by near Freno DDP. Okay. At the point of my Munankasa can say there shall be no haircut. Okay. Less than 1 month, boom, you know, man declare DDP. In fact, the record will show, say, Kwame, the then governor, said, no, maybe we needed to go to IMF or something. Now, as though there be any way there, a to be keke in a day, ye. Inti, Meno, say, basically, the AC and say, Kwame, can you imagine this? Now, it can say, Governor of Bank of Ghana, and Kuhu, or Mampini, no one says, look, Mr. President, we are at the risk of defaulting if we don't approach the IMF. And in the month, Friday, 1st July 2022, you call you go to G. Echo pa IMF for sure. Someone be my the 17th bailout. And that borrowing. Can you imagine, say, in the space of 11 years, Kwame, Eurobond inquire $11 billion. Kwame, in the Sebi, who beside a leading member of the NPP say $11 billion of Eurobond, then the idea, Wontumi count, Sebio nanka eyenso.
Free senior high BA.
Ose
be COVID by any be coin.
Dabi COVID sika ni different. What we say COVID e buy no. I am a program bi a offer no special drawing right. In the koji mu $1 billion. In the Sakoji another Bosnia $1 billion, $2 billion. In our bank, another sika $630 million. Germany, MIA Sikani, South Korea, MIA Sikani. And no one the other year COVID. You were born in India and COVID Sikano. Kapi Dabi Brahman. So be it now the Pia Castle, yet Eurobond in the year COVID once a month. That is most challenging because the 21 billion Ghana cedis now for COVID-19. See a bit mitigating the impact of COVID-19. Brahman, men can Eurobond. Brahman, can you imagine say, Sebi. Omampeni Nanado Dankwe Kufado can say Obeso and interchange. Talk high.
Kaipa.
When you say, Tika Nanka Omodifa project, when you Sikabaya.
This is African Development Bank.
African Development Bank, $750 million. Yes. And can Eurobond? But don't come in. Just for a minute, I beg you, with the greatest of respect. Can you imagine, say, Ichirima, HB Cafe, Omampeni be by the Dean the Nanado Dankwe Kufado, William Kweku. Or no, or Koji Eurobond, $3 billion. And another year railway line connecting the Ashanti region to the Northern Territory. For the first time, we have seen railway line move beyond Ashanti into the Northern Territory. Can you imagine what that would mean? We took $11 billion of Eurobond in 6 years. With the Franklin Templeton bond, the nuclear the can one now yet $13 billion of Eurobond of bonds in 8 years. In fact, 2022, near Sakoji, another bond in international credit rating agencies a downgrading Ghana. And the man is Eurobond. So what are we talking about? The President Mahama and Kobo Busia. Now on fast Abosiano. Sebi, and Fabema Kuku farmers. No, yeah. Okay, farmers, Abedinity. Oh, yeah. Maize farmers, Abedinity. Oh, yeah. Rice farmers, Abedinity. So, Mampeni, Kobo Busia, Naka Brain. Now, Bobosiana, Sebi. A chilima the Babitia, in tea and fire. You make me have to throw minus. Can we govern with this mindset, this mentality? Welcome, Manuel.